Hey, and welcome back to my channel. I'm talking about codependency in this talk. So, what is codependency and how to start healing from codependency? So, as you probably already know, codependency is a term that was coined in substance abuse work after people started realizing that not only did the people with substance abuse have issues, but the people who were their family and their close loved ones also, a lot of them had problems because they were enabling the people who were going to the substance abuse treatment, where it was hard for them to get any better because the family and loved ones weren't allowing them to fall. Let's say if they fell on their butt from using drugs or opioids or crack, whatever it was, bam, fell. You know, they can't fall because the loved ones like, oh no, I got it, I got it, I'm gonna catch you, I'm gonna catch you. Everything is going to be okay. And so that's where codependency came from. So, what is codependency? And I got this from Psychology Today, that it's a dysfunctional relationship dynamic between two people where one person is always assuming the responsibility, being the giver, sacrificing their money, sacrificing their time, sacrificing their own needs for the sake of the other person who is the taker. And like people used to say, it takes two to tango. So in any dysfunctional relationship that's ongoing, there's always two people in it that's making it continue to go and go round and round. You figure, why can't it stop? Because two of them are serving a role, and they're both like a movie role. They both taking parts that they want to be in or not want to be in, and one is the giver and one is the taker, and that's what it is. So with this, codependency is not just romantic relationships. It can be a parent with their child, and yes, it's normal for a parent to do things for a child and to go over and above what they would normally do maybe for themselves or for other people. But there's also limits. Like, where do you draw that limit of, oh, I'm doing too much as a parent, I'm not allowing my child to effectively grow up, and I'm causing this child to be worse in life because I'm teaching them that you can do whatever and mommy or daddy is going to be here to save you. So you have to draw that line. So it can also be in friendships as well. Typically with codependency, it's a learned behavior. What's a learned behavior? It's something you learn typically in childhood. It could be codependent people could have had caretakers, parents, people in their lives who just made them maybe feel not good enough. Like, for instance, feeling that that child may have felt that they had to jump through hoops to get the parents' attention, or cook for them, or have great talents, or just be perfect to get the parents' attention. And so, subconsciously, when they're older, they still are working through that process, trying to figure out, unknown to them, trying to figure out, well, maybe if I can just be perfect in relationships, or if I can just control everything and people will just see how great I am, I don't allow them to feel any pain, and they're going to give me that love. And really, it's like they're trying to recreate the patterns that happened to them in childhood. At least that's my take on it. And thinking that one day they're going to get this great love that's going to make everything right for them, because a lot of times they don't have that self-love. They don't feel that they are worthy enough, and so they're trying to get it by any means necessary. So they don't trust the proper, a healthy relationship where people are going to love them for them. They feel that they have to sort of manipulate things, because it's like, no, if I really show you who I am, you're going to back off from me. You're not going to give me everything that I need. You're going to run, and you're not going to be here. You're going to abandon me. So I need to make things in a way where I can control it, where I can think that if I just keep showing you how great I am, you'll change your behavior. You will no longer be an addict. You will no longer be a taker, a manipulator, a user. You're going to be this great person. And so these are a lot of things that go on for the other people. It's just feeling, and that they're not good enough. And this could have also come from parents who were addicted. You know, the child probably had to make excuses or call in to work for the parents and say, oh, my dad can't come to work, he's down with the flu, he's sick. Or a parent that had mental illness, you know, and just wasn't there emotionally unavailable for the child. And that child felt like, you know, love just wasn't good and healthy, and there was no healthy relationships unless you manipulate all the players in it to get what it is that you need. So, and a lot of times when people are codependent, I mean, what I found some of the time is that a codependent person may be codependent with some people, but not with all people. Like, for instance, one lady I knew was very assertive to other people and sometimes mean to some people, but with her husband, who had an addiction, and she had one as well, but was clean at the time. She would go all out for him, lying about, him using drugs, keeping money in the bank, even though she knew he can go on a spending spree and take all the money. She was still putting money in the account, wouldn't remove her money, saying, well, I'm trusting God, I'm just trusting God. But every time he made a mistake, he could barely make one. She was there, ooh, let me fix it, let me do this, let me do this. I can't let you bump your head, I can't let you do it. And so it was always problems. Or he'd go to jail. She said, I'm not writing anymore. I'm not doing anything. And then there she was. As soon as he was there, and the 10th time he was in jail, And it's like every time was always saying, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to let him feel the pain. I'm going to let him. But she just couldn't allow him to feel the pain. She was stuck in that codependent bond. Also, if you like the content that I'm giving you, go ahead and like, subscribe, share this video, leave a comment. Also, back to codependency. So, are you codependent? Stick around so you may find. So, I'm not just saying if you have one of these traits, but I'm going to say a few of these traits. This is not really a psychological term or diagnosis. It's not a personality disorder. So, I can't say if you have 4 of the 9 of things I may tell you that means you're codependent. You have to use your own judgment with this. So, here are some things. Love people you can rescue. Always have to find somebody that you can rescue and who's down and out and need help. Feel responsible for other people's actions. Jeannie went down the street and stole something, and I was like, oh my God, if I was a better parent or if I was a better wife, Jeannie wouldn't have gone down the street and stole something. It's my fault. I'm not good enough. I'm not watching them better enough. Oh me, oh me, oh me. And there's a lot of guilt with that. Also, the fear of abandonment. Feeling that, like I said, feeling that you got to rescue people in order to make that relationship healthy, at least healthy in your own mind, because you fear that person may walk away from you if you're not doing all these things. Also, you may have emotional distress when others are when that taker is unhappy, just in general, or unhappy with you. Emotional distress, feeling sad, depressed if that person is not happy or if they're mad at you. Feeling anxious on the inside, like, oh my God, I gotta get this relationship right. What can I do? What can I do to get this person happy with me again? They're feeling down. I gotta maybe cook dinner. I maybe gotta wash walls. I maybe gotta go sweep. I may gotta pay some bills for this person. I may gotta get this person something because I can't feel this uncomfortable feeling. They're not feeling good. Also, feeling responsible for your partner's happiness. That's one. Needing that approval to feel good. Like there's some people that if they don't get people's approval, people not patting them on the back and telling them, "Oh, look at you, girl, how great you are! Oh, look at you, you did this and that. Oh, your accomplishments." They don't feel good, and even when they get it, the feeling good is not long lasting. They may feel good for a day or two, but then they'll go back to feeling negative, low self-esteem, and need somebody to boost them up again. That's what the codependency. They need others to feel good, to feel like life is worth living. They don't feel right unless there's somebody else that they can do things for that makes them feel better about themselves. Codependent people tend to have difficulties making decisions. They only feel good, like I said, if they're serving people. Their mood is controlled by the thoughts and the feelings of other people. Like they could be happy, but if the person that's they're in that codependent relationship with goes down, then all of a sudden their mood is down. So it's like they can be controlled like puppets by whoever that they're dealing with. And stay around. Don't leave yet, because we're going to get to codependency and addiction. I'm not going to go long with that because people talk about codependency and how it relates to addiction a lot. But again, lying about the partner's substance abuse, settling debts and gambling debts and things for people. I met a woman one time who was preaching at the Salvation Army, and she was saying how her husband was on drugs, and at first people told her she should leave. He was stealing everything that wasn't, taped down or sewn down to the ground or whatever. He was taking everything. And then she would get stuff and replenish her furniture and everything, and he'd come back and do it again. But she said she just felt that the Lord wanted her to stay in that relationship, and the Lord was testing her strength. And I can't find none of that in the Bible. But however, people can feel free to misinterpret the Bible any way they want to cover up their codependency, mental illnesses, and whatever else. Who am I to say they can't? So she felt the Lord wanted her to. So she kept on and kept on. And even when she came to us, she was telling us how to hold on. And a codependent person I know was listening and was like, oh, this my son, that my husband that's on crack. It's okay. And I got to keep pushing. I was like, oh no. So anytime that woman would come and talk, I made sure I would exit the room. I was like, no, I'm not about to be a part of your church ministry. It's another church ministry here that I can be a part of, or because I can't be around you telling people that it's okay to keep allowing a drug addict to come in your house and plunder everything that's in there, and you keep on sharing your bank account with him. That was totally codependency, and she couldn't deal with it and thought that was of the Lord. Also, how codependency can be in a childhood and a mother relationship. I saw, I don't know if it was investigation discovery or I don't know, a crime to remember. I like those shows sometimes. Yes, they make me scared and hard to sleep. But anyway, I like torture sometimes. Anyway, this man had gone out and killed this girl. She was probably 13. He went to another town, found her, put her in the trunk of the car, came back to, killed her somewhere, I think raped her, brought some of her stuff back like they do, a memento, a purse, and all this kind of stuff, and hid it. Then, like some months or a year was going by, people was doing the investigation. So when they finally got onto him, however they found him, they realized they end up finding the little girl purse and her name card from school or something. And turns out the grown man's mother had found the girl's stuff, realized it was the girl that was missing because their area was small where they lived, even in the next town. So everybody knew about this case. His mother saw it and hid it somewhere else in the house. Then, like months later, his wife found it, and the mother didn't throw away the name card. The wife called the police, and that's how it all got busted, because she was like, oh my goodness, I think something wrong with my husband. The thing is, the mother though ended up leaving the house after that. I guess she was going to protect her baby by any means necessary, but she was going to get herself out that house. And to me, that's a codependent relationship, because you see your son is a dang serial killer, and I think he had probably killed some other people. She knew it was him and was like, not my baby, no consequences, I'm gonna let him off. Come on. Anyway, healing for codependency, stick around. Here it is. Some things that you can do is don't do anything that makes you feel weak or makes you despise yourself. You would know what that is. Like if somebody bumps your car and you act like you act like you don't want to do anything about it. You're scared of what's going to happen, or really what codependency would be, maybe somebody closer to you. Somebody's doing something or saying something you don't like. They're eating all your food, drinking all your apple juice, leaving a tiny bit like this in your refrigerator, or leaving an empty container in your refrigerator, taking your money, spending it how it wants. You got people coming in and out of your place anytime they want to. Got people you don't like over there. All kind of craziness in your house. It's to set limits. Yes, if you're codependent, it's going to hurt. There's no magical way. I wish it was a magic pill I could tell you, but no, you're going to have to learn to sit with that uncomfortable feeling like, oh, this person don't like me. Oh, they're going to leave me. You got to sit with that, boo-boo. If you're a man or a woman, you got to sit with that uncomfortable feeling and let whatever happens happen. That's one of the only ways to get past this thing. So it's practicing speaking up for yourself. I even encourage people, if you don't know what your boundaries are, what you allow and what you don't, write them down with, have your little pen, paper like I got here, write it down. So cussing at me. What I'm going to do, okay? This is all the behaviors I don't like with this person here. Pookie or whoever, okay? What is the consequence when Pookie cusses at me? You need to have a consequence. Put you one and two things from each people in your life that's close to you that really frustrates you and you don't like, and put down what is the consequence. Pookie, let's see, he steals money, stealing. I know this is upside down. What is your consequence for Pookie? Cut Pookie off your account. Okay, the reason you do that is because I deal with a lot of people in therapy, and they say to me, well, I don't know what to do when the stuff happens. Well, typically people are predictable. They continue to do the same things to take over, to step on your boundaries. So you can figure out the stuff that they do that you don't like and write it down and have your consequence. That way, and it happens, you can go ahead and enforce that thing. Also, some other things that you can do is counseling. So you can try to figure out where that, those triggers are for you, what causes you to be codependent, things that you need, patterns and behaviors that you need to watch out for. Because if you know that, oh my God, I'm starting to feel anxious because this person is threatening to leave me, you can learn some deep breathing techniques. You can talk it out with your counselor so you can do something different than what you normally do. Normally, you start baking cakes, you start cooking, you start promising to do all this, you start giving this person rides and doing everything to make everything okay. But you want to do something different, meaning go for a walk, with another friend, take a break, even make some new friendships so that way when you feel that uncomfortable feeling, you're like, nah, because I already know that's going to end up in a bad situation. So let me go do something different because so and so Reggie is acting this way and I'm not going to give him no more money and I'm not making no more excuses for him. Reggie, you go and call your own boss and tell him in line, say you got COVID because you know you ain't got COVID, but you was drinking all night, but now you want me to tell people you got COVID? No. So you have to make up those boundaries and it's going to hurt. Accept others as they are, meaning that with codependent people, they just think, oh, if I just give and give and give and allow you to take and take and take, you're going to see how great I am. You're going to see how great you are. You're going to change. No, they're not going to change unless they want to change. There's nothing you can do about it. So that's what I mean by accepting other people as they are. There's peer support you can go to for people that have codependency. And again, like I said, boundaries, 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 and just totally standing up for yourself. And I know, like I said, it hurts and you have to risk being wrong. I see a lot of clients like they don't want to stand up for themselves. They're like, I don't know what to say. There's communication videos online. There's no excuses these days. All your healing, all your help, a lot of that can come from online videos such as these. You have to risk being wrong. So what if you're wrong? What's the worst thing? And always ask yourself, if you're anxious and doubtful, what's the worst thing that can happen if you are wrong? Okay, or if you do blow up on somebody, at least that's better than not saying anything and allowing people to walk all over you. If you blow up, you can always go back and apologize, but at least you got some self-respect because you're like, well, dang, I finally did stand up for myself. Oh my God, I can't stand up for myself. It's not just something other people can do. I can do it too. So that's what you have to do. It's just practicing getting in that where you're speaking up for yourself. I like this restaurant, for instance. I don't like this restaurant. I will go to this type of movie. I will not go to that type of movie. If you go to jail again for something that's not because unfairness, but you continue to do stuff, I will not be writing you again. If you need to be bailed out by your loan shark again, I will not be supplying the money. And then when you get mad and blow up, and I'm not talking about domestic violence, handle that different, call 911, get out, escape. There's help available. I have a video on that. You can check that out for yourself. But you have to do something different. You can't just continue to go over in that same cycle. And also thought stopping. When you hear yourself saying, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm to blame for Jimmy doing this. Oh my God, it's my fault. This so-and-so is addicted to crack. Not crack, that's the 90s. Or addicted to heroin or whatever they're doing these days. Oh my God, it's my fault. You say to yourself, stop. Every time it come up, but it's my fault. I feel so stop. Oh my goodness, if I just would have stopped. That's how you do the thought stopping. Please don't do that if other people are around, but yell stop in your head. That way people won't think that you really do, need some mental health because you're talking and screaming to yourself. You don't want that type of energy in your life. But those are some things that you need to do. But really, like I said, there is help available. Also, if you would like to work with me for counseling, I specialize in trauma and adult survivors of child abuse, whether it's emotional abuse, narcissistic parents, anxiety, all the symptoms that are related to what people experience after traumas. That's my expertise. So you can feel free to look down beneath in the comment in my about section or below in this video. That's what I'm trying to say. You'll see how to reach me on VisiBook so you can make a session. Again, like, subscribe, share this with people that you feel may need it, and also leave a comment. Bye.